Stop. Before you scroll away from this, stop, my child. Just for a moment. I know what you were thinking about before you picked up this phone. Not the small things. The other thing. The one that sits underneath everything else. That waits for you in the quiet. That you have never quite said out loud to anyone. You are afraid of tomorrow. And before these minutes are over, I am going to tell you the one thing that takes that fear out of your hands entirely. Not be stronger. Not have more faith. Something else. And when you hear it, you will understand why the fear held you so long. Stay with me until I say it. But first, breathe. Yes, right now. Breathe in, slowly, all the way down, and let it go. Your shoulders have been up near your ears for so long you have forgotten what it feels like to let them fall. Let them fall. I am not in a hurry with you, and I am not going to make you wait for everything. Here is something now, because you have carried it too long already. Your fear of tomorrow is not a lack of faith. Hear that again, my child. Your fear of tomorrow is not a lack of faith. It is not proof that you never really trusted me. It is not a spiritual failure that you have been hiding under your prayers. Your fear of tomorrow is a form of love. You are afraid because you love. Afraid for your children because you love them. Afraid of your body failing because you love the people who would have to watch it fail. The fear grew in the same soil the love grew in. They came up together, tangled, and you have spent years trying to tear out one without killing the other. So no, I have never once been disappointed in you for being afraid. But I am also not going to leave you in it, because there is something underneath the fear that you have never seen, and when I show it to you, the fear will not be able to sit where it has been sitting. That is the thing I am saving for later. Stay with me. Now let me tell you what I have seen. I have seen you at 3 in the morning, awake in the dark, doing arithmetic, counting what is left in the account, counting the years, counting how much of you there still is to give. I have seen you lie there and run the calculation, again and again, as if this time the numbers might come out differently. They never do, and still you count. I have seen you get the phone call from the doctor's office and hear only every third word, because the rest of you was already 3 years down a road you did not choose. I have seen you sit in that parking lot afterward, not crying, just still, with your hands in your lap, trying to decide whom you would tell and how much. My child, I saw both of those moments. Neither of them happened where I was not. And I want you to do something for me, right now, before we go any further, because what comes next is going to require you to be honest with me. In the comments below, type one word. Type Amen. Not because it is a ritual, because it is a way of saying, out loud, in front of me, yes, that is me. You saw it. I am the one who is afraid. There is a strange freedom in admitting it, where you cannot take it back. And if you can, type this too. I am afraid of tomorrow, and I am giving it to you. Say it before you feel it. Faith is almost never a feeling that arrives first. It is a sentence you say while your hands are still shaking. I read every one of them, every single one, and there is more that I have seen, my child. I have seen you look at your grown children, grown and gone and busy, and feel a fear you would never name to them, that you are becoming something they will one day have to manage, a schedule to keep, a burden to carry, and I have seen you swallow it and make your voice bright on the phone and tell them everything is fine. I have seen you stand in a doorway at night, looking at the person you have loved for 40 years, asleep in the bed, and wonder which of you will go first. And then I have seen you shut that thought away so hard and so fast that it made you dizzy, because there is no answer to it that you can bear. Not one of those moments happened where I was not. Now stay with me, because I am about to take you somewhere. I want you to see how the fear actually works, my child, because you have never looked at it directly. You have only ever looked away from it. Here is what it does. It takes tomorrow, a day that does not exist yet, that has no shape, no weather, no content, and it fills that empty room with furniture. It puts in the diagnosis. It puts in the empty chair at the table. It puts in the letter from the bank. It furnishes the whole room with disasters. And then it walks you through it, night after night, and makes you live in a house that has never been built. And here is the cruelest part. You have already survived, in your imagination, 100 tomorrows that never came. You have grieved losses that never happened. You have paid, in advance and in full, for troubles that were never delivered. You are exhausted, not because your life has been so hard, though some of it has, but because you have lived so many lives that were never yours to live. Consider the birds, my child. They do not sow, they do not reap, they do not gather into barns. They have no savings and no plan for the winter, and yet they are fed. Not one of them wakes at 3 in the morning to do arithmetic. I am not scolding you for planning. Plan. Be wise. Save what you can. But do not confuse the planning with the carrying. Planning is what you do with your hands. Carrying is what you have been doing with your heart, and it was never yours to carry. Do you remember the manna? I gave my people bread in the wilderness, and I gave it one day at a time. They could not store it. If they tried to keep a portion for tomorrow, by morning it had spoiled, and they hated that. They wanted a pantry. They wanted a guarantee. They wanted to see next week sitting on a shelf where they could count it. But I did not give them a pantry. I gave them myself, every single morning, for 40 years. I have not changed, my child. I still do not give you a pantry. I give you me, this morning, and then again the next morning, and again, for as long as there are mornings. And you have wanted a pantry so badly that you did not notice the one who kept showing up with the bread. Now, here is the thing I promised you, the thing that pulls the fear up by its root. You have been afraid of tomorrow because you have believed that tomorrow is a place, a dark room at the end of a hallway, and you are being marched toward it, and you have no idea what is inside, and no one is in there waiting for you. My child, tomorrow is not a place. Tomorrow is a person. It is me. I am what is in that room. I am standing in every hour you have not reached yet. There is no day in your future that I have not already inhabited. No diagnosis I have not already stood beside. No loss I have not already prepared to walk you through. No last breath at which I will not already be present, waiting, with your name on my lips. You have not been walking toward emptiness. You have been walking toward me. That is why it is not enough to tell you, do not be afraid. Anyone can say that, and it changes nothing. Fear does not leave because you scold it. Fear leaves the room when walks. Someone else walks in, and I have already walked in. Sit with that a moment. Let it go all the way down. Breathe with me. In. I do not have to carry tomorrow. Out. He is already standing in it. In. I have grieved enough that never came. Out. Today. I only have to live today. Do you understand what this means, my child? It means you have never once arrived anywhere first. Not on the worst day of your life. Not in the room where they told you the news. Not on the morning you woke up and remembered, all over again, that the chair across the table was going to stay empty. You walked into those rooms thinking you were walking into them alone, and I was already there, and I had been there for a long time, arranging what mercy I could, and holding the door. You did not survive those days because you were strong. You survived them because I was in them. And I will be in the next one, and the one after that. That is not a promise I am making to you today. It is a promise I made before you existed, and I have never yet broken it. And I am not going to start now. Not with you. Not after everything we have been through together. But hear me, I am not finished. There is one thing more, and it is the tenderest thing I will say to you today. And I am saving it for the very end, because you will need to have heard everything else first, for it to land the way it should. Stay with me. Now let me tell you what to do when the fear comes back, because it will come back, probably tonight, around 3 in the morning, when the house is quiet and the arithmetic starts up again. When it comes, do not fight it. Do not lie there trying to argue it into silence, and do not lie there ashamed of it, because you now know what it is. It is your love, misdirected into a room you were never asked to enter. Instead, do this. Say to it, out loud if you can, that day is not empty. He is already there. And then, give me the day, not your whole life. That is too much to hand over at 3 in the morning. Just the one day, just tomorrow. Say, this one is yours. I will take the next one when it comes. That is all. That is the whole practice. And you may have to do it again the next night, and the night after. That is not failure. That is faith. Working exactly the way faith is supposed to work. One day at a time. One handful of manna at a time. For as long as there are mornings. Now hear what I declare over you. You will not be given a burden without being given me to carry it with you. You will not walk into a single hour where I have not gone ahead. You will not become a burden to the ones you love. You will become the reason they learn what love is. You will not be abandoned at the end. You have never once been abandoned at any beginning. You will not lose the ones you love. You will only be separated from them for a while, in the way a traveler is separated from home, and the road home is shorter than you think. You will not be forgotten by the young, though they are busy. I am not busy. I remember every one of your days, including the ones no one else was there to see. And the years that are left to you, however many they are, will not be leftovers, my child. They are not the remainder after the real life was spent. They are the years I chose for you, on purpose, and there is work in them, and joy in them, and I am not finished with you yet. I have never, in all of history, run out of use for a soul that still turns toward me in the morning, and the strength you are so afraid you will not have. You do not need it yet. It is not stored in you. It is stored in me, and I will hand it to you on the exact morning that you need it, and not one morning sooner. That is why you cannot feel it now. You are looking for strength for a day you are not standing in. My child, there is a current running underneath all of this. Underneath the arithmetic, underneath the 3 a.m. dark, underneath everything you have carried and everything you have feared, there is a stream of grace, and it has been flowing the entire time. It never stopped. Not on your worst night. Not in the parking lot outside the doctor's office. Not in the doorway where you looked at the one you love and could not bear the question. It was flowing then. It is flowing now. You could not hear it because the arithmetic was so loud. But a stream does not stop running just because the one standing beside it has stopped listening. It has been going about its patient work under your whole life, through the years you thought were wasted, through the seasons when you did not pray, through the long stretch when you were angry with me and did not say so. It carried you then. It is carrying you now, and you are only just beginning to feel the movement of the water. Step into it. Let it take the weight out of your hands. Feel it move around you, warm and golden and unhurried, carrying you toward a door of light that has stood open since before you were born. A door I have been holding open, watching the road, waiting for you to look up and see that the hallway was never dark and the room was never empty. Come back tomorrow, my child. There is a new message waiting for you here every single day. Subscribe and turn on the bell, and on the mornings when the fear has been loud, you will find something here from me to make it quiet. And if these words found you tonight, type Amen one more time before you go. Let it be the last word you say into the dark. Now, here is the tenderest thing, the one I have been holding. You have been afraid of your tomorrow. But I have already been there. I have already walked into every day that is coming for you. I have stood in the room you are afraid of. I have seen how it goes. And I came back to tell you this, and it is the only thing you need to know. You are there. You are still mine there. You are still held there. Whatever else that room contains, it contains you, and it contains me, and I have never once let go of your hand in it. I have seen the end of your story, my child, and it is not the ending you have been dreading in the dark. It is not loss. It is not the empty room. It is a homecoming, and there is a light on, and there is a light, someone at the door who has been watching the road for you the whole time. And the faces you have been afraid of losing. I will not tell you everything, because some things are meant to be seen and not described. But I will tell you this much. The table is longer than you imagine, and no one who has ever belonged to me has ever, in the end, been missing from it. So the arithmetic you have been doing at 3 in the morning has been wrong from the beginning, not because the numbers were wrong, because you were solving for the wrong thing. You have been trying to calculate how much you have left. I have been telling you, all your life, in 100 quiet ways, that the question was never, how much you have left. The question was only ever, whose you are. And you are mine. That was settled long ago, and it will not be revisited. So you can put it down now, all of it. The counting, the bracing, the rehearsing of griefs that will never come. Breathe with me, one last time. In, he has already been to my tomorrow. Out, and I am there, and I am his. In, I do not have to carry the day I am not standing in. Out, I only have to live today, and he is in it. Do not be afraid, my child. I hold your tomorrow. I have held it since before there was a sun to rise on it, and I will still be holding it long after the last one has passed. Rest now. Let your shoulders come down. Let the arithmetic go quiet. I am keeping watch tonight, and I do not sleep. You are loved. You are seen. You are mine.